what's coming isn't going to be big. It's going to be huge. So I actually was traveling the past few days. I just got back from the city and I wasn't able to make a video. And I just wanted to actually come on and say a few things. And some of the things I'm going to say are going to be absolutely insanely huge. By the way, this is an update of the greenhouse. As I was gone, some of these plants got too hot in here. It gets like way too hot in here. And some of them are like not doing the best, but they're doing pretty good. They're pepper plants, so they need the heat. But the point is here, I think one of the best things that I've learned in terms of reliability in this market is sentiment. Absolutely. And I do want to say that sentiment right now is awful. 2 months ago, everybody was getting more engagement. Everybody was getting more views on videos. People were more bullish right when we were touching the tip of that all-time high and even having a slightly newer all-time high above 70K. Now sentiment is a little bit worse, right? But if you really think about it, over these last 12 months, in the world, like people that are outside of crypto, the sentiment around crypto is still extremely negative, and that hasn't changed since basically SBF and FTX and all of that. Global sentiment of crypto has been awful for the past few years. We have not had any euphoria in the world. Any actual euphoria in this market at all this bull cycle, right? The sentiment has been garbage. And rightfully so. I mean, SBF and FTX, awful, right? I'm glad they're, he should have gotten a worse punishment, to be honest. But in the last 12 months, I want to say, this is something I think is huge, is that in the last 12 months, if you have made money, I think you have massively, if you've been in this market for at least the last 12 months. My portfolio looks good. I'm very happy with it. But I will say that if you're a little underwhelmed with the gains that you've seen so far, it makes sense. Because most of the gains that you will get in this market do not come until basically the very end. And that's something that I've been trying to prepare myself and people that watch these videos for as well, is that I know for a fact there are a lot of people that are watching and that watch and participate in this space that have made money, but not like the insane gains that they were promised, or that are, in my opinion, still incredibly realistic and coming. And I think that they will be coming in the next 4 to 8 months. It's kind of the timeline I'm looking at. Now, while I was gone, we had like a nice move over the last 48 hours. Bitcoin getting back above 70 briefly. Ethereum ETF chances of approval from Bloomberg analysts went from like 25% to 75%, because the SEC is like requesting these certain filings to be even accelerated from them and stuff. And I think that potentially will help legitimize even more all of these other coins, because right now people in the space are, very mixed in terms of just Bitcoin versus everything else, and doing this might change the opinion or whatever. The point is, overall, I think that over these next few months, we are going to finally start to truly see those real gains that I think people have been craving. Because, again, absolutely, a lot of coins have been going up over these last few months, over this last year, but nothing compared to, I think, what is going to come very soon. It's actually insanely hot in here, even though the sun's not even really up anymore. So that's extremely exciting. I think that a lot of people are kind of, waiting for those true gains, and I think that they will be surprised. I think if you tune out of this market, or if you pull out of this market for the next few months, you basically wasted the last 4 years, because the biggest gains, the most life-changing, most insane gains that are going to come usually happen at the end, when that euphoria kicks in, when Bobby, Johnny, and Jimmy down the street come to you begging for advice, like, what piece of garbage coin should I buy, right? We're simply not seeing that. The sentiment around crypto is still awful. It's bad. Even 2 months ago, when it was better than it is now, the sentiment was still bad. Like, it hasn't been good, right? Like, people still, I think the market is still damaged from SBF, FTX, and Luna, and all the scams that occurred in the space, and rightfully so, right? I don't blame people if they're outside of crypto and they have a negative taste in their mouth. There are so many scams in this space. I think it's gross. I think a lot of people in this space are awful, right? There's a lot of people I like as well, but there's so many, there's just so much scams, okay? That's not even subjective. That's just objectively. Objectively, crypto is full of scams. It is not a scam, right? I absolutely believe in Bitcoin. I'm a big proponent of it and everything, but this space is littered with bad actors. Thankfully, some of them got weeded out, like SBF and everything. But basically, these 12 months, these last 12 months, I think that, again, this is a huge opportunity that you're about to see very soon. If you've been in these last 12 months, you've definitely benefited, but I just don't think you've seen the true benefit that you will see very soon. So I would absolutely say, hey, this is the worst time to tune out. I also want to clarify, when I say like take profit, what I mean by most of that is taking the gains that I have in some of these altcoins, or all these altcoins, and rotating them into only two areas: Bitcoin, and some into just if I want to buy something, right? Say I'll put it into my national currency to buy something, or buy it with Bitcoin or whatever. Taking profits to me means two things: rotating gains into Bitcoin and things that I want to buy, whether it's real estate, whatever, right? So when I say, like, I'm absolutely not advocating that somebody should cash out completely and go to their national currency, because national currencies just are losing value like crazy. So absolutely, if I'm truly out here saying I'm a proponent of Bitcoin, then obviously I'm saying take profit, or that's what I'm doing, taking profit and putting a lot of it into Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin has the chance of entering a bear market after this bull cycle is done, like it always has, overall I feel much safer in Bitcoin in a larger guard than most other places. So with that being said, yeah, I mean, mainly the point of this video is that if you feel like you haven't gotten those true gains yet, that's fine, and that's not something you should be like upset or worried about, because most of these gains are going to happen in a very, very short amount of time. And if you do not capitalize and you do not take advantage of them when that moment comes, let's say it happens in 2 months from now. Let's say Bitcoin is it's like 70 right now. Maybe next month it's like 90, it goes up to 90. And then the month after that it's at 170,000 or something, right? It goes from months and months of sitting, doing not much, and then it just more than doubles within the next month or so. And you're up massively. You've made massive amount of profits. Do not feel bad for taking profit, right? What is the point of investing and trying to make money if you do it and then you don't do anything with it, and then you die, right? What is the point? So take advantage, live your life, enjoy things. If you want to take profit, if you're in a good spot, do it, right? Because really, holding forever, again, I do enjoy the sentiment, but it is kind of dumb, right? Hold forever. What do you mean? You just want to hold it forever until you're dead? Like, enjoy your life. Do something with it, right? Pizza's sake.